Beer! I clicked mine already. I'm sorry.
Uncultured swine.
I'm sorry.
And you're not even drinking Yingling.
It's garbage.
Hey, don't disrespect the sponsor.
Yeah.
You're not sponsored.
All right.
Investors,
Possibly you! Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever the hell you're listening to this. You're listening to Fat Athletic Nerds Talking Sports, a sports pod with dad bods. This is your host, JackKnife, alongside your other host, Tommy Joe, and our guest, Tim Horton. How we doing, guys?
He's fiddling with the things.
We're doing great.
We're doing good. Doing
Yeah.
good. I'm excited to be here and talk esports.
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 What the hell are esports?
Shut up, Jack. You were there.
I was there. That's
Well,
what.
FUNTS has already had a venture into esports.
When?
iRacing.
Oh, right.
Is iRacing? Is there an esport?
Fuck yeah.
Really? Okay.
Dude, like they win like hundreds of thousands of dollars racing in the NASCAR league.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't there a movie coming out with?
Gran
Yeah,
Turismo.
yeah. That actually looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look pretty good actually.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah, that's why we got Timmy here tonight. Zach is just moved into his new house, so he's going to be a little busy for the time being. And congratulations to him, and also happy 30th birthday to him.
Yes.
Hey.
Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, Zach. Congratulations on the new home. And here's the 30. Dirty 30.
30-30.
30-30.
Zach.
I got like
Got to
how
pour
many-
one out for my.
I got like
All over the laptop.
I got 8 months left till I'm 30. My mom's
I thought you were about to say I have 8 months to live.
well, I'm
You
turning.
guys heard it here
I mean, I'm
first.
turning 30 in April, so yeah. Well, yeah, my mom
30 in
my mom turns 50 this Saturday.
So, really? Mm-hmm. Wow. My mom will turn 70 in November.
My mother will be 66 at some point in time. In November, actually.
3 more years.
What?
3 more years.
Until.
Nice. age.
Nice.
Oh.
Um.
Yeah, I'll be 30 in December.
But yeah, this episode we're gonna mostly talk about a League of Legends tournament that you took me to this past weekend, Tim. But before we get into that, we'll do like 5 minutes to talk. Tom and I will do 5 minutes to talk about like what we want to talk about. So Tom, NASCAR was at Watkins Glen this weekend,
Yes,
correct?
they were. Yes.
Okay. So give us a recap. 'Cause I have no idea what happened.
So a lot of people hated the race. Since the beginning of the year, they got rid of the stage breaks at road courses. So there's still stages, but they don't throw the caution at the end of the stage anymore. And now what happened is that you have the last 2 road courses were green flag with only 1 caution. At Indy, you had a caution in the earlier running of the race, and at Watkins Glen, you had a caution with like 30 something to go because Chase Elliott ran out of fuel.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's like when you're playing like your esports and your battery dies.
Doesn't happen.
What is it plugged in?
It's all mouse and keyboard.
Well, what if the keyboard dies?
It's plugged in.
So it's like you have a power outage during.
That has never happened.
At least not yet. But
Doesn't mean it can happen.
I mean,
well,
they probably have backup.
Tim's gonna explain later how like they literally have refs there. Like God forbid, like something's wrong with the game.
There has to be an Angel Hernandez.
Tim, you have no idea who Angel Hernandez is. But okay,
If you explain it, maybe I can.
Anyway,
Okay.
back to NASCAR. So Chase
I
Elliott
will explain
has
it later
to
this episode.
Win.
Keep it in mind.
Chase Elliott has to win to make his way into the playoffs.
Right.
He was out for 6 weeks due to an injury from snowboarding, and then he was race suspended a week because he couldn't wait till after the race to get back at Denny Hamlin. Intentionally wrecked Denny Hamlin, and NASCAR parked him for a week. So Chase Elliott came into Watkins Glen needing to win. He qualified 13th, which is pretty shitty. So the team was using strategy to get him up to the front, which worked. But they were trying to stretch the fuel out as long as they could. And what had happened was that they were wrong on their calculations for the fuel because there's a switch. There's a fuel pump switch. So
Right.
like it's not like a regular fuel tank. There's foam in there. There's a bladder there, and there's 2 pickups.
Well, it's 'cause you
There's a
gotta protect it,
pickup.
right?
There's one pick like the main pickup, and there's a auxiliary pickup that's lower.
Mm-hmm.
So Alan Gustafson, the crew chief, was like, so You're going to run it out probably about 10 laps. When you feel it start to stutter, hit the switch and come by on the third lap. Now, usually when you go to that auxiliary pickup, you have a lap, maybe 2 laps. Well, he made it past pit road. He made it past the start finish line for the last time. He was going to come into pit road the next time by, and he ran out of fuel about 180 from where pit road was. 180 degrees.
Oh, okay. So halfway.
It's like a road course. It's not like a backstretch, but he was like halfway around the track where he ran out of fuel.
Rip.
Yeah. So he has to win at Daytona this weekend to advance into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Bubba Wallace, so far the top 15 are locked in. Bubba Wallace is in 16th right now. He has a 34-point advantage over Ty Gibbs. And then behind him is Daniel Suarez who has a 43-point advantage over. It's very, very unlikely that Daniel Suarez is going to gain 43 points. Bubba would have to wreck on the first lap and not race.
Right. And I can't picture that happening because it's going to be at Talladega or Daytona, right?
It's going to be at Daytona.
Bubba races well at Daytona.
He does, yeah. But anyone that's below Bubba Wallace in points, if they win, they're in the playoffs.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. Bubba could finish second, but you could have.
Be in?
Huh?
If he finished second, he would.
If he finished second and someone below him wins, he's out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Daytona's kind of like the wild card for NASCAR because literally anyone can win it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of attrition, a lot of strategy that has to play out, and just being in the right spot at the right time. And more often than not, you're in the wrong spot at the right time.
Yeah, because
how often do they go left,
Tom? So this week or this past week or next week?
Yeah, because this past week they were at a road course, so they
go
turned
left and
right.
The last 2 weeks they were at road courses that go left and right. So yeah.
Oh, it just occurred to me. Daytona, do they not do a race on 4th of July weekend anymore? The fire?
No. So they moved that a couple of years ago. They moved that from July 4th weekend to the end of the season.
I feel like that's blasphemous in my opinion.
Well, Daytona Beach doesn't want NASCAR there July 4th weekend because they didn't notice a dip in July 4th's sales for the weekend.
Oh, so they're like, it's not worth it.
They're like, why are we gonna lose another day to make money?
That's fair.
So they're like, yeah, keep it. And it's at the end of the season. It's a wild card now. I like it. I like it not being July 4th weekend.
All right. So that all the NASCAR news you got for us, Tom?
And apparently Denny Hamlin is still in contract trouble. Rumor has it that he might be switching to Ford next season.
Ooh. And then he's going to be found on the road dead.
Well, Ford has three wins in the last 4 races.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So he could be leaving Joe Gibbs.
He might be leaving Joe Gibbs, maybe going to Stewart Haas.
He's part owner of a team. Why doesn't he just be part of his own team?
He could do that, but he needs a charter.
I'm kind of surprised it's allowed, being a part owner of a team.
Dale Earnhardt did
Dale Earnhardt did that
2001
when he died. That was supposed to be his first year as an owner, right?
No, 99.
Okay.
99 was the first year. That was Junior's rookie year was 99.
Gotcha. Well, anyway, here's some guys who aren't in contract trouble. I think I said, a week ago or 2 weeks prior, the Rangers still have not signed their former first overall pick, Alexis Lafreniere, to a contract extension. That changed a couple hours prior to us recording. He signed a 2-year extension worth $2.3 million per year. And looking at that compared to other players on the Rangers, that's more than Capo Caco. I disagree with that. Yes, Tim, his
You're
name
making
is...
these names up.
Yeah.
100%.
No, he's from Finland. Yes, his name is Capo Caco.
Finland!
But yeah, $2.3 million for Alexis Lafreniere, $2.1 for Caco. I think Caco's shown me a lot more than Lafreniere. But, they're very similar contracts, so I'm not really going to complain.
2 years more on the Rangers?
What?
2 more years on the Rangers?
Yes.
Okay.
And he would still be a restricted free agent at the end of that contract. So basically a restricted free agent or an unrestricted free agent works like this. An unrestricted free agent can just sign with anyone. But a restricted free agent, these are usually guys on their first or second NHL contracts. They're just coming into the league. Basically, they can sign with another team. It's so rare, though. But basically, another team can send an offer sheet to that restricted free agent. And if that restricted free agent agrees to it, his initial team would have a full week to match it. And if they match it, he stays with his team. But if he doesn't, he does go to that team, and the team that signed him would owe the team they took him away from compensation, like draft picks and whatnot. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, him, Kako. I mean, we've said all this summer. You read the Ranger fan conversations on Twitter. This is their opportunity. Oh yeah, it's X now. Yeah. Like this is.
Speaking of X, you hear that they're going to get rid of the block feature?
Really?
They can't.
They can't?
No, they can't. Like, it's literally like illegal.
Is it?
Yes. Like you actually have to have a block feature on a social media website.
Goddamn liberals.
I don't. As far as I know, I never blocked anyone. I once saw like one popular Twitter account. I never interacted with them. It was some Rangers account. They blocked me. I'm like, wait, what? What did I do? I never interacted with you.
You never answered their calls.
Funny.
They kept writing you, but you still ain't calling.
Funny. But, Kopko and Lafreniere, like, they're, this is their opportunity to earn top 6 minutes, and, like, it's there for the taking for them. They have high draft status. Now it's time for them to show why they were picked so high. And, they've shown in spurts, why they were picked that high. But, because the Rangers were so loaded in their top 6, they really haven't had that much opportunity to show it, especially on the power play, because like they would mostly go with the veteran guys there. But they're 20. Wow, they're 21 and 22. So yeah, people like to panic about them. Like they're just old enough to drink. Calm down. Give them time to grow. I think this is the year they'll really break through. And given the point totals they had, playing top, third line minutes, I think they're pretty good. I think bare minimum they should get like 60 points each this year, because they're going to get a lot more minutes, because like I said, top 6 power play, etc. But we'll find out in October.
A lot more minutes. Is that like back in the day when like you had a phone and you had to like pay like per minute, and like if you went over your minutes,
you're more likely to go out in like the most crucial moments of the game, if that makes sense.
Okay. So like they're going to go out like after 9 p.m. and on weekends. That's when they're going to go out.
Funny. All right.
That's how it was.
Other hockey news. Austin Matthews was set to be a free agent at the end of this year. Maple Leafs star forward. Well, not anymore. An hour ago, he signed a 4-year extension with $13,025,000. That's a 4-year extension with the Leafs, $13.25 per year. Obviously, that kicks in at the beginning of next season, not that one coming up. And the Leafs have quite a few 3 contracts that are $10 million or more. And don't get me wrong, those 3 players are fantastic, but when they take up that much of the cap space, it's going to be really hard to build around them. Don't get me wrong, Austin Matthews, John Tavares, Mitch Marner, they're phenomenal hockey players, but you got to have balance throughout the lineup, because, you got to have an amazing top line. If your other 3 lines are meh, I don't expect you to go far unless you're really good at bargain bin hunting. And that's been a problem for the Leafs for years now. So that does it for the hockey news. Some quick NFL pointers. Tom, this might concern you. You're a Colts fan.
Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
Miami?
Miami apparently is one of 6 teams to have inquired about Jonathan Taylor, because the Colts did give him permission to seek a trade, even though he already requested a trade. That Jets, Titans and Jets former Titans and Jets receiver Corey Davis announced his retirement earlier. What were you going to say, Tom?
Stephon Diggs is looking to get out of Buffalo.
Allegedly, according to Stephen A. Smith. Allegedly. But
Stephen A. Smith? Oh, then.
He has... Listen,
that could be here or there,
Apparently he has a source in Buffalo. We'll see. And there's one thing I got to say about the Jets. So far I like what they've done this preseason. Zach Wilson's been well. Mekhi Becton's showing like he's healthy and he's really good. He's actually going to start this final preseason game against the Giants. That I don't mind. What I don't get is you didn't start Aaron Rodgers any of the preseason games. Why are you starting him the final preseason game? Listen,
so he can get injured and not play the season.
That's what I'm afraid of. Because usually when you play your starters, in the preseason, this is just the way it was when I was growing up watching the game. They would play like a little bit game 1, a little bit more game 2, mostly game 3, and then the final preseason game, nothing at all.
Yeah, because they already seen what they can do.
Exactly. So I don't think it makes sense to not start Rodgers any of the previous 3 games. The Jets have 4 this year because of they had the Hall of Fame game. I don't know what that noise was we heard outside. But yeah, it makes even less sense for. I think it makes even less sense for him to come in now when it's the final week of the preseason, and God forbid he gets hurt against the Giants. Don't get me wrong, Zach Wilson's shown like in spurts he's getting better, he's getting some development, but I don't want to throw him out there yet. I want him to throw him out when Rodgers plays a year or two, and Wilson has a year or two learning under him, and then take over for him the same way Rodgers took over for Favre.
Right.
So, I don't care who. I mean, you shouldn't care who wins a preseason game. All I care about this week 4 preseason week 4 matchup against the Giants and Rodgers, just don't get hurt. Now, before I forget, Tim, Angel Hernandez, the guy he brought up, because he talked about, is there an Angel Hernandez referee equivalent in esports?
No.
Okay, Angel Hernandez is an umpire for Major League Baseball,
Okay.
and he's notoriously bad. And here's the thing, it's almost a universal agreement that he's the worst umpire in the league. If you're an official in any of the top 4 North American sports, unless your name is Wes McCauley or Ed Hockley, and everyone knows your name, it's a bad thing. So, and here's some more context. He sued the MLB because he wasn't getting enough postseason games, even though he's been around for a while. He tried to be like, oh, you're discriminating against me because I'm Cuban. And they tossed that court case because they were like, dude, you are freaking terrible. Like, it is so bad. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, right now in the video portion of this podcast, I'm going to have clips of him on screen just making some of the worst calls ever.
Did you see that? He did have a good call, though, the other day. I don't know if it was the other day or whenever it was. I just saw it on TikTok the other day, though. Someone dove over the catcher to get a run in.
Yeah.
And Angel Hernandez called it safe. And he was safe. But he leaped over the catcher.
Find that clip now and text it to me so I could put that in.
All right.
And if it's not in the video when you're watching this, well, it's because he didn't send it to me. Or I couldn't download it. But anyway, the year after he sued, he actually did get a postseason game series, Yankees, Red Sox. I shit you not. 3 calls at first base because he was the first base umpire that game. 3 of them were challenged and overturned.
Oh my god.
Well, he was doing it for Dale.
Doing it for Dale.
For Dale.
All right, so that's
Esports doesn't have refs like that.
yes. Let's tell the people what you took me to on Sunday, Tim. With
Well-
me and me and Justice.
Our friend Justice was also coming with us. He's not here, obviously.
We'll have to get him on one episode.
That'd be fun.
If he's up for it, yeah.
So I took Jack to the North American League of Legends Championships for North America, obviously. It was between Cloud9 and NRG. I don't know what their NRG means. Doesn't matter.
Are they
It's
sponsors?
not- no.
So it's not the
Yeah,
Completely
that
different
was my
company.
first thought.
Completely
too.
different company. And basically it was the 2 best North American teams playing for the World Championships is coming up in like 2 months, month and a half, and they were playing for seeding. They were both going to go to the World Championships, but they're playing for seeding. And the underdog won, and I was very happy because I don't like Cloud9. I'm not an NRG fan. I have a TSM jersey on. If anybody knows what that means,
looks like a SIG logo, but
it does look like it looks like that logo. But they weren't there, and I don't think they're even going to be playing in North America next year. But I brought Jack, and he was holding a sign that said he had no idea what was going on.
No, you made that sign. I made a sign that said at FUNTS Podcast on it, and I don't think we got a single follower.
No, and we didn't get on the Jumbotron, but yeah, it was brought Jack, and he had no idea what was going on, but
it was
the best
fun.
time of his life.
I'm not the best time of my life, but that was. But yeah, we went to the Prudential Center in Newark. It was pretty fun, and I've got a tweet up right now. A lot of people have been. This is from NRG's official Twitter. A lot of people asking, what does NRG stand for? NRG comes from the idea of energy from the fighting spirits of our players.
Oh, that's cool.
energy.
NRG.
I was thinking of Power Thirst.
Energy and gun.
Banana, fist
bitch,
and gun.
That's great.
But yeah, I went into that like not knowing what to expect, and like you sent me like a video, like this is what the game looks like.
I sent you the what goes down in history as the best of 5 series ever, like played on a stage, and so I was like, oh, this will get you into it.
Okay.
But yeah.
I gotta say, I can't believe I'm not mocking it. I just can't believe that they're like that it's big enough that they could go to Prudential.
They sold out Madison Square Garden.
He
went
just
there.
blows my mind.
He
You know what
went
I mean?
there.
Yeah, I was there
So
in 2015.
is there a difference between watching it on your computer and
it's
being
like,
in there?
It's just like going.
It's like going to any kind of like
sports event,
sporting
like any
event
NASCAR.
where like
But you can,
Yeah.
but you hear the announcers this sporting event.
Yeah, you can actually hear them because like the casting.
It's
of
like
the
you're
game
not
is
going to
very
hear Michael
important.
K when you're at a Yankees game. You know what I'm saying? But
Gotcha,
in this
gotcha.
case, you would.
But
hear.
in League of Legends, like the casting of the game is very important to like exactly what's going on. They have 3 people casting the game. There's a play-by-play caster, a color caster, which is like when the fight is going on, they like call out what exactly is happening, and then there's like an analyst.
so is it like a third person view? Like are you able to watch the match or are you watching
everything is
like
third person?
Okay.
It's like basically think about if you were watching a baseball game. That's how it looks.
That's how. So you know where they should play if they haven't? AT&T Stadium.
Where is that?
Is that is or is it Energy? Where the Cowboys play?
The NRG, if I'm not mistaken, that's where the Texans play.
Well, isn't Cowboys AT&T?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was right the first time.
I mean,
they have
but-
the biggest screen
No.
No.
Prudential
Center's
Center
the biggest.
has the biggest jumbotron in the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
since when?
recently, but I don't know.
But how a football field is way bigger than a hockey.
Well, I'll look it up
basketball court.
I'll look it up right now. AT&T Stadium
They
jumbotron.
a few years ago they played in
Size.
Seoul, Korea for World Championships in a soccer
Okay,
stadium.
measuring
Well,
100.
I feel like that makes sense.
100. Okay, this is AT&T Stadium. 160 feet wide and 72 feet tall. That's 11,520 square feet. Okay.
11,200 square feet.
Okay.
Are we talking about?
18.
No, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about the jumbotron?
Yeah.
That's what Tom is asking.
Okay. Okay, it's not giving me like an exact size, but 88,401 pounds.
That's a big bitch.
Not 9,584.9 square feet. Okay, maybe this. Maybe the.
Like, there's no way there's a bigger.
I mean, it's big.
It is
But
pretty.
there's no way
that might be the biggest in an NBA or NHL
maybe.
arena.
Maybe that's what it is.
But like when you bring up AT&T, I'm like, you might be onto something there. But anyway, Tim, continue. What were we talking about?
Just about the teams who were playing. So, I mean, the Cloud9 was the favorites. I have the season pulled up right here on my phone.
SoFi has the biggest winner now, I think.
The entire 6 weeks of the regular season, Cloud9 was in first. They finished first, and NRG finished fifth. So going into the finals, NRG had to go through a gauntlet, like multiple playoff matches. Like I think there's 4. I would have to bring it up. But they actually lost in the first round, and they have a double limb. They lost and then won all the way through that. And so it was 5th seed versus first seed. And going into that game, I was like, Cloud9's going to win again. They're going to get 3 titles in a row because they do 2 splits a year, and then they do World Championships. So Cloud9 won last split, which was spring, and then if they won in summer this time, it would have been 3 in a row because they won the summer prior. But NRG didn't let it happen. They came out of the gate. They lost actually the first game. It was because it's a best of 5. They were down 1 game. And I was like, it's the beginning of the end. And then they just every single game was.
They turned it on.
They played incredibly. They outclassed the other team, which is very incredible because nobody on NRG besides maybe one of their players is the best in their role. There's 5 roles. So there's top lane, jungle, which he moves around the map and assists everybody. Then there's middle. Bot lane, and then support to the bot lane. So there's 2 people in the bot. And I think NRG's bot lane player, his name is FBI, is probably the best. He actually won player of the series.
Yeah, Tom, they have they never go by like their actual names.
No,
It's
they don't
usually
go by
like
their names,
Fudge or like
Yeah.
Peanut or something like that.
Okay, so Fudge is the top laner for Cloud9.
This could be a stupid question. They're playing League of Legends, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not World of Warcraft.
No, World of Warcraft isn't any. Well, it's a shitty esport.
So like, are you familiar with like the rules and regulations of the sport?
So like professional league has there's an actual handbook, and like I don't know all of the rules and regulations. I just know some of them. But like
So like example, like in NASCAR, a team has X amount of hours that they can spend in like the wind tunnel testing their car.
Okay.
You go over that, that's going to be a penalty. It's probably going to be dock time for the next season. It's going to be maybe a point penalty, definitely a monetary penalty. Like, can these guys just play League of Legends whenever they want?
that's all they do.
Yeah.
It's like they have what's called scrimmage blocks with other teams, where they play like I don't know, maybe 3 hours of games, take a break, another 3 hours of scrim blocks, another break, and then another like maybe 2 hours, and then outside of that they're playing the game themselves, like on
just-
stream or
yeah.
just practicing. Because if legitimately, if you don't play this game 12 hours a day, you're gonna fall apart.
I'm sure you'd have because
Yeah.
that's like pretty much with anything. Like
Yeah.
if you're not doing it all the time, you're not going to be the best at
Yeah.
it. I mean, that goes with literally any sport, activity, hobby, whatever. Like
Yeah.
if you're not devoting your time to it, you're not going to get anything out of it. You know, like even like with bowling. You know,
Yeah.
I could play league and I could shoot 200 average, but you know, if I actually want to consistently shoot 200 all the time, I have to bowl.
Yeah.
Probably about 5 days a week. You know,
Yeah.
probably about 3-4 hours a day, just to maintain that. You know,
I bet.
So.
And another thing with these players is like they have like a whole coaching staff behind them. Like there's some of them have a like entire like in Los Angeles like just esport hubs or big buildings that are just like dedicated to. And because these companies like NRG and Cloud9, it's just not one esport. They like play CS:GO, they play Smash Brothers, they play all of these like Valorant is another esport that's kind of
And
Overwatch.
unlike the top four sports like NHL, NBA, MLB, NFL, the coaches like aren't out there with them. They're like, usually in like a locker room or something watching.
Like, how do you become a coach? Because like I feel they're like smart enough, but not like have the cognitive ability to play that fast, or like
a lot of coaches are ex-pro players.
so what they just don't want to play all the time. Or
Sometimes,
like that? Like they want to be involved, but not that involved.
Yeah, like a lot of the time, and a lot of the coaches. There's a lot of strategic coaches that used to be players, but like a lot of the time they're just like, yes, you don't like they cognitively. Some of them can't be pros, but like they are knowledgeable enough to like help the professionals.
So like Tony Romo.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, no, like he obviously wasn't a great quarterback, but he's like very knowledgeable in the booth. Like he understands football very well.
Yeah.
He understood his role very well. Just actually carrying out that role wasn't okay. Because I'm just like wondering how he become a coach.
Yeah. Well, it's not a coach in that traditional sense.
Romo was a decent quarterback. He wasn't like an all-star though.
You hated Romo when he was around.
Yeah.
You hated him so much.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember.
You hated Romo
hated
and
Romo.
Brady. Like
No, Brady I definitely hated.
well, yeah, but like you hated Romo.
No,
I
there
don't
was
know.
one.
Maybe I did just because like, oh, it's cool to hate the Cowboys now. I'm like, I don't care for the Cowboys.
I remember when Romo wasn't he on the Bucks? No, not the Bucks.
No,
the
the
Broncos.
Cowboys.
You was on the Cowboys.
Oh, wait,
no,
I'm
didn't-
thinking-
Oh no, he retired from the Cowboys.
I'm an
that's right.
idiot. I'm not thinking of
You're
Romo.
thinking of Brady or
No.
or
Broncos.
Manning?
Oh, Manning.
No, not Manning. The guy who kneeled all the time and then looked up like this.
Oh, Tebow.
Tebow. Okay, I was thinking Tebow. My bad.
When you said
my
kneel
bad.
down, I wanted to say
Yeah.
Kaepernick.
Nope, we're not getting into that. Not getting into that. No.
Hard cut.
Go on.
Hard cut. No, but back to it. Like coaches in like are not your traditional coaches, right? Like they each the team who won NRG has like 9 coaches on their staff, and there's like an analytic coach, there's like an overall coach, there's every what's it called
Thanks,
position.
Hey, his head's bobbling now.
Every position has a positional coach to like help them. It's much different than a traditional like sport, and I don't even think esports is a sport. Like if we get into that discussion, technically it is because the America gives you visas to play.
Well, I mean, I feel like everyone has their own idea of what a sport, their own definition of what a sport is.
Yeah.
But like, bowling's a sport.
Yeah,
It's
chess
not
is a
that.
sport.
It's not that. I mean, the better shape because I feel like the more in shape you are, the better you're going to be. Like if you're a gamer and you're fit and you're in shape and you're mentally sharp, you're gonna be better than someone that's not.
Yeah,
and that goes with any sport: bowling, NASCAR, cheerleading, chess. I mean,
90% of these players are pretty healthy.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure they probably regularly hit the gym. You know.
Yep. It's definitely part of their regiment. They all have. I'm confident they all have like personal, like not personal chefs, but like chefs.
They have personal trainers. They're working out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Tim, explain to Tom how you win the game, because I found out the day of like how you actually win the game.
Yeah. So you don't win by like necessarily killing the other opponent. It's more like a you storm their base type of game where when you destroy the enemy's base, it's over. The game is over. You win. And then like the next game is a fresh game. It's not like if I don't know, Jack, you were talking about something where in one game like sometimes it leads into
like if anything carries over, like however many coins or you have might carry over into the next game.
So
but that's
their
not
games,
the
not
case.
quarters.
They're games.
It's literally a series.
They're games, not quarters.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're games. There's no like nothing carries over.
Or it's a match. If you want
exactly.
Call
It's a match.
It's like the ALDS. It's a best of 5.
Yeah.
Whoever wins.
But they're just doing it one day.
Yeah. They don't.
Because these games usually last like what, 20, 30 minutes or so.
That's quick.
Or it's like
20 minutes
bowling. If you want to go bowling, you play 3 games. 3 games is a match.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah.
20 minutes is pretty quick. Usually these games are between 30 and 50 minutes. Then there's like a 15-minute in between.
Mm-hmm. So what's like the vibe there? What's the energy?
It's kind of Comic-Con-y. There's a lot of crazy costumes.
A lot of people in like Comic-Con-esque, wearing costumes and things like that. There's definitely a lot of people just like who look normal and who look like Jack and are just there and you wouldn't expect.
You said that looked normal.
Yeah, Jack doesn't look normal.
And then he said that looks like Jack.
Jack.
So I mean, are there 2 different kinds of people, or are you implying that Jack is normal? Because I'm not following.
All right, there are people who look like you, Tom, who go there too.
Okay, so there's a lot of mullets there.
I didn't see a single mullet, but
no, I didn't see a mullet.
But Tom, I messaged you on Facebook. Layout of the map of League of Legends.
Did you bring up Summoner's Rift? Is that what you brought up?
So, this looks like the map they were playing on.
Wow, that's a cool map.
Oh wow, that's a sick map.
Funny, but yeah.
Summoner's Rift.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's on screen for those of you watching. So
is like League of Legends like similar to like the Clash of Clans and no.
I don't think I've ever played Clash of Clans, but no. I don't even know what like happens in Clash.
Is it similar to this? No, I've never played it.
All right, tell me what happens in Clash of Clans.
I don't know. I keep seeing ads for it all the time.
Anyway, tell him about how you build how you make your team stronger, how you make your character stronger, I should say. Because there was one moment in particular, I think you know what I'm talking about, where even I was like, "Oh my god!"
Would we hidden the Gwitty
No one hit the Gwitty.
Would we?
The Gwitty? I hit the
Gwitty.
The Gwitty. The Gwitty.
Are you wearious right now?
Oh, you. I'm a little tipsy. What are you playing footsies with me?
But anyway, Tom, in the game, like you like kill like these creatures like dragons and shit. And
so there's they're called neutral objectives where anybody can kill them.
It's like Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Neutral.
So basically, they give the team who kills them like a power up, either for the next 3 minutes or for the rest of the game. When you kill a dragon, it will give you like certain increased power, and if you kill 4 of them in a row, or not necessarily, it doesn't have to be in a row. The team that kills the first 4 gets this like super powered like for the rest of the game, and then basically, if you get those 4, there's like a 90% win rate at that point in time. So those like when you get to that point, both teams are fighting for it. It's like very important, and whatever team usually comes out on top and like will kill the enemy team will win the game. So when you kill another player on the enemy team, you get gold. And when you go back to your base, you use gold to buy items that make you stronger. And if you have like there's a like gold at 20, like plus gold at 20, which is like a stat, which is like if the enemy team has plus 2,000 gold over the enemy team at like 20 minutes or 15 minutes, that team is like 70% chance they're going to win because they're just at that point they're outscaling the other team. It's difficult for them to come back. Now there are things in the game that would give the losing team a chance to come back. Like there's this thing called bounties, and it gives you extra money for doing them. There's this neutral objective called Baron. It's a big purple snake, and when you kill it, basically your entire team gets stronger, and you have to kill these towers before you kill the enemy base. And when you kill the tower,
I don't know if the microphones picked that up.
What?
Jill laughing.
Oh, Jill laughing. She's like, "Oh, the big worm." Tom has a big purple worm.
Yeah. You should get that checked out, Tom.
But basically, when you kill
No
this,
complaints.
when you kill this thing, not only does it give your entire team 1,500 gold, it makes you kill like enemy towers in like 3 seconds comparatively to like 10. It's one of the it's game winning sometimes. You don't always necessarily win the game off of getting it because you can kill multiple in game. But when we were there, one of the teams on the players on NRG, his name is Contracts. He stole it from the enemy team, and the entire arena exploded.
I'm playing the clip of it right now.
Ignoring Contracts are going to have to go into the pit here real soon. Barron is low, and he's stolen away by Contracts. Palafox will knock up 1-1. Jimenez tries to get away with the main sealers. Palafox is going to be burned low, and Berserker gets the kill. Now with the equalizer, C9 are ready to turn, but they got to be careful. Dokla, Counter-Strike primed, the cooldown has fallen. Energy trying to get away now with only the one death in exchange for the Baron steal.
And we're back.
Whoa!
Oh my God!
Even I was going apeshit with that because I'm looking at it live. I'm thinking, Cloud9's got this. Next thing I know, it says on the screen that NRG guy, and I'm screaming, what?
Yeah, it was my voice was like destroyed afterward. It's very fun. I mean, Tom, next time, 2025, you can come with us.
2025.
Yeah, because they only do stadium games for like finals and stuff, and a lot of the times, sometimes they'll be in LA. They don't always come to the East Coast. It really depends. But I mean, maybe they'll come back before then. But 2025 is when the World Championships is going to be in North America, because this year it's going to be in Korea, then next year it's going to be in London, and then I think in 2020, I'm pretty confident 2025 is going to be in North America. They're likely going to go to the Prudential Center, or not the Prudential. They're probably going to go back to Madison Square Garden, the Staples Center, maybe in Toronto again. So if it's in the Madison Square Garden, we all go, and you'll.
Yeah. It sounds like a good time. So a bit more technical questions. I imagine that they don't use their own PCs. I'm sure that it's all supplied. Mm-hmm. What about the keyboards and mouses?
Their own, actually.
Their own?
Yeah.
Is that inspected before for
actually,
any kind
yes.
of aimbot or something? Or
That has happened actually in CS:GO esports. Like a player in, I believe it was Brazil, put an aim hack on his mouse and won a bunch of games and then disqualified his entire team because they found out. Yeah.
So that's the esports equivalent of performance-enhancing drugs.
Adderall.
Yeah.
They actually test for
I would
Adderall.
imagine. I was just gonna
really?
say.
Yes,
I would imagine
yes.
that
They do test for Adderall.
What if you're prescribed it though? Is that different?
I haven't heard of any.
Because I feel like gaming and ADHD kind of go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I haven't heard of any players abusing it. It's never been a thing.
Yeah.
I haven't ever heard of teams having drug tests or anything. North America is pretty safe. Other smaller regions like Brazil and other things, these kind of things happen a little bit more. I've never heard, like I said, of any drug abuse, but there have been match fixing, where it's the player behind the scenes is betting on the matches and they throw the game because they just want more money.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
Yeah, I was going to ask about betting, but that answers my question.
Yeah, there is betting.
I mean, I imagine because it's considered a sport, it's.
I don't know if it's on FanDuel or whatever, but
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Look it up, Jack.
I mean, a degenerate's gonna degenerate. I mean,
I've never bet on a sport. I don't think I ever will. But just look up esports betting, see if it's a thing. Because I know it was 2 years ago.
1 second.
I know
if it was, I'm
years
sure
ago.
it still is.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. But they don't really talk about it on broadcast.
Betting. Esports betting Reddit is the first thing that came up. Esports.net. Learn how to bet on esports and win. Top esports bets and bonuses operate. Okay. So it looks like this is a thing. It's just a matter of like where you find to bet on.
They have fantasy too.
Imagine going
Fantasy, really?
Imagine going to like the
Well,
Borgata.
that's betting.
Yeah,
In a sense.
in a minute.
Yeah, imagine you go to like the Borgatas, like I'm putting $100 on TSM to win. They're just looking at you like,
Who?
what? Because if you go there, you're like, I put $100 on the New York Rangers to win. They're gonna know who you're talking about. But like, this is just so I don't know, niche, I guess.
I don't think it's niche, but not.
It's not
streamlined.
It's not,
It's not mainstream.
It's not mainstream, but it's not like.
It's not niche. It's
No.
not like I don't know, like I mean, I can't really think of anything. Professional croquet. I don't know. You know,
Beers?
Beers, absolutely.
I'm empty.
Yeah, me too.
Are you gonna man up and drink a real beer, or
Yingling's garbage.
Don't insult the sponsor.
where are you going, Tim?
To your mom's house.
That's my house. Beer? You wanted to?
Oh, you're grabbing a beer?
Well, I was just gonna grab beer for everyone.
Yeah, grab me another one of these, please.
Wasn't that the last one?
Fuck.
Are you gonna have to drink the precious Yang?
No, there was another one. What was the other one? Coors Light?
It was like a high head or something. What?
Whatever it is.
Oh, there might be Corona on the door now that I
it's
think
Corona.
about it. But anyway, okay, so now that's basically seeding for like what, Worlds or something?
Yeah, so World Championships. So NRG is going to go as North America's first seed. Cloud9 is going to be their second seed.
So Cloud9 could get a chance to get revenge on them if they end up meeting again.
So yes, but like
You denied us our three-peat. We got almost made history.
So that's the thing. There have been other teams that have three-peated. TSM has three-peated. A team called Team Liquid has three-peated. But when Worlds comes around, North America kind of joins forces and just roots for North America. Obviously people want their team to win or whatever, but a lot of the time, the teams don't play against each other. Like North America doesn't play versus North America unless they go into a quarterfinals match or a semifinals match, because the way it's all seeded is you can't be in the same group as your team.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But and the other team going to Worlds. Thank you, Tom. It's going to be NRG, Cloud9. Who came in third? Oh God. Team Liquid is going to be the North American third seed, and they're doing something new this year where Europe has their own league, and there's a team called Golden Guardians who's they're actually the Golden. It's a basketball team.
Golden Knights?
That's hockey.
No.
Golden State Warriors?
Yeah, they own Golden Guardians.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shaq, I think. Is it Shaquille?
I mean DJ Diesel.
Golden State.
I think actually Shaq has NRG stock. Is a part owner of
Shaq
NRG.
is probably one of like the smartest retired athletes ever. Because he just
Do you know Rick Fox, Jack?
Rick Fox? I don't.
Fox. He was also a basketball player. Shit, I don't have a thing.
Was that you that I was talking to? Why DJ?
I just googled it. Golden Guardians, the Golden Guardians, an esports affiliate of the Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
Oh my!
Yeah, a lot of the teams are like backed by like big money.
Wow.
Like a lot of money. Do you have an opener for this? I don't have a fucking opener. Use my teeth. Kidding. I won't do that.
I have to go to my room. So anyway, while I tell Tom what your predictions are for Worlds.
Oh God. No, it didn't work.
I'm getting a bottle opener. Hold on.
I don't have any real like.
Everyone just quiet. And boom.
I don't have any like real predictions for Worlds. Korea or China is probably gonna win because they always win.
Probably cheating.
No, they're just really fucking good.
Is North or South?
What do you think?
North.
Kim Jong Un is the player on. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Is the only player
Yeah.
on the team.
Yeah, he's the only player on the team.
And he wins. And he wins every time.
Yes, that's how it works. No, it's either going to be. I mean, North Korea is like disgusting. Not North Korea.
I mean,
now you got me.
not
saying
wrong.
it. Yes, North Korea is disgusting. Fuck Kim Jong Un. If you see me, come at me, bro. No, South Korea.
Can't trust a man that doesn't shit.
Oh yeah, he doesn't poop. You're right.
Yeah.
He's a god.
Oh yeah, good. Freaking the interview. Good movie.
Yeah. But yeah, either South Korea or China is going to win. There's a team called SK Telecom, which is like the telecoms, like they have 3 world champions or 3 world championships. They've won worlds 3 times, and there's no other team who's ever done that. They might come in this year and win a 4th time.
Wow.
Yeah, but they actually have the best player in the world on their team. His name is Faker. He is the GOAT. He is if there is a like a Hall of Fame, he's the first person going in, like 100%. Like this kid, he's been playing since he was like 18, and he's been the best since. Like and he's like 20 something now. He makes like $20 million a year.
Really?
Yeah, because like he's paid for like SK Telecom. That's his contract, and after he retires in his contract, his entire family is going to have jobs at SK Telecom. Like this kid is insane.
Nepo babies, Nepo babies, Nepo babies. Kidding.
Yeah, like I consider myself an okay player at League of Legends. Like I'm gold, so I'm garbage actually. But like here's my skill level. These professional players are above the ceiling. Like
here's my skill level, and then there's theirs.
Well, where's Trevor? Because I remember we were hanging.
Okay, so here's me. Here's Trevor.
Because I remember one time we were hanging out. We might have gone to like the Court Jester and Freehold or whatever.
We were at my house, weren't we?
Yeah, but we went there after. I forget where we were that night.
We went to my house. You just came over, and we got really drunk.
I don't remember. I could have sworn
Was
we were
that,
drunk.
was that the other time we came over and got really drunk, or the other time we came over and got really drunk?
It's when Trevor.
That was not the same. That was not the same night. I doubt it.
Was it the time that we barged into your bathroom?
Oh God, you remember? I still remember the
FBI, open up.
I remember
That was the apartment. I'm talking about
I
the
still
house.
remember the text the next morning. Why did you tell me Trevor puked in the bathtub? I didn't know Trevor puked in the bathtub.
I remember this.
But
It was brown because we were eating Oreos.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
oh wait,
Oh, I thought you said something else.
maybe it was, but maybe it was that night. But like I remember he said like I will destroy you at League of Legends. And like and you played him, it wasn't even close.
Wasn't
You
even close.
massacred
I
him.
massacred him. And he was like, there's lag, bro. I'm lagging.
You're playing on the same computer.
Yeah. But like it's crazy how much like the skill. I can't even imagine like the things these guys fucking think about, and like their reaction time is like
Ass, titties, boobs.
I doubt it. But like it's just like the reaction time is like the average human's reaction time is like 200 milliseconds. These motherfuckers,
It's like baseball, yeah.
Yeah, these motherfuckers have like 50. It's fucking ridiculous how quick these guys are. And like I don't know. It's just like it's nuts, and it was really fun, and Jack got to do it again.
Maybe we will.
Yeah. So, do we have any fancy missions?
Oh no, I didn't even put that out there this week. Maybe
Asshole.
Hey, maybe because we knew what we were going to talk about tonight. And like, how long have we been recording? This might be a relatively normally.
47 minutes.
I think that's a good point to like wrap it up on, guys. Anything else you want to talk about?
There's nothing else you want to talk about?
Not.
We got Tim.
I mean,
We have Tim. Like, we have the missing link.
missing link. I talk about esports, and I didn't even do any much research. You want me to talk about how the mid laner for NRG was?
I mean,
wild?
I don't feel.
No,
I don't
no,
really.
I mean, like, the missing link of the Fen group. The OG group right here, you know?
What?
Yeah.
Isn't the OG group?
Well, Justin.
Justin, yeah.
But I don't think he's. I don't think he'd come on the podcast.
No, probably not.
Justin's like Ferb. He'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sexy beast.
Love you, Justin.
Oh,
You sexy.
I'd die for that kid. I really would.
Oh yeah.
I mean, let's. I'm gonna text him like maybe tomorrow. Let's see if we can do something like next week or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like go to like Court Jester, Moors,
Oh.
or Buffalo
Oh,
Wild
I
Wings,
watched that.
whatever. I don't care.
Oh, that actually, Buffalo Wild Wings. They are sponsor. They sponsor the LCS League of Legends Championship Series in North America, and they
Yeah.
play their games at the bar.
Oh wow.
When like during the regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Like the regular Buffalo season or the regular.
Like league season. What the fuck is a Buffalo season?
I don't know.
Just fucking with me.
Football.
I was gonna.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure like they play the games if they're on.
Yeah. So
yeah, you were
we're in
saying
Super Bowl party this year.
Ooh, I mean, we had it at my house.
We don't have
last
cable
year.
at the house.
Yeah, neither do I. But
Do you have internet?
yeah, you can
We'll
stream
ha-
it.
we'll
Get a
have it.
Google Chromecast. That's how we aired it here.
Yeah, I have a Chromecast. I'll just bring mine. I don't care.
I'll talk to Bert, see if she wants to do it.
How do you not have a Chromecast?
Because all we have is like Hulu and stuff.
I will say this though.
It's just a Roku.
Do you have Hulu like TV?
No.
My wife and I talked about.
My life.
My wife and I talked about if there ever was like a Jets Giants Super Bowl. I think we agreed that we can't be together that day if that's happening.
So like the ring's off.
Not the ring. The ring's on. It's just that like she's probably gonna watch with her dad. I'm gonna watch with my dad.
See, I feel like you would take the loss way worse than she would.
I feel like he would.
Honestly, if I'll be totally honest with you, I said this to her. If anyone were to beat us in the Super Bowl, I'd probably prefer it be the Giants. One for her, two. Like there are Jets fans that hate the Giants. I'm like, dude, they let us play in their stadium for decades. We literally don't exist without them.
So
Stop.
You're cool with losing to the Giants in the Super Bowl. Who are you cool with losing the championship game to?
I mean,
Bills?
no,
No?
not an AFC East rival. But I mean, maybe Bills I'd be the least angry about. Like when you guys beat us in the 2009-10 season, I wasn't upset about that one because I loved Peyton Manning.
Wasn't it the butt fumble?
No, that was 3 years later. They did that team didn't go to the playoffs.
Have the Packers ever beaten them like that?
What?
Have the Packers ever
Well,
beaten
the Packers
the Jets?
are NFC.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I'm sure the Packers have beaten the Jets before, but I mean, not for a title game.
And the Jets actually did beat the Packers to clinch the AFC East one year once, if I remember correctly. But what was I gonna say?
So do you like the Jets now?
Oh no.
No.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah, like the first year of the back-to-back AFC Championship appearances for the Jets. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was really freaking bummed we lost to the Colts just because, like, oh my god, I've never seen the Jets make it that far. But in hindsight, it's like, you know what? The Jets were underdogs. No one expected them to make it that far. So eventually, as time passed, it's like I could look back on that fondly. Despite them having the lead at halftime, I'm still like, ugh. The year after that, when they lost to the Steelers, that one I'm not over because they shit the bed the first half, and then the second half they were like,
Pittsburgh. I mean, that's
yeah,
goes without saying.
Well, I freaking hate Pittsburgh sports, other than urinating tree. Yeah, that second half, the Jets remembered. Oh, we know how to play football, but it was too late.
Yeah.
Do you think, Jack, no matter what, if the Jets went to the Super Bowl and then got decimated, doesn't matter who, you would still be happy because they got there?
I'd be crushed that they lost, but at the same time, like for the longest time, I've had this belief like I'm never gonna even see them in the Super Bowl. Listen, don't get me wrong. If they go to the Super Bowl and lose, I want them to at least put up a fight. But still, no, I think it was. Let me see, what year was this? Jets Pro Football Reference, because this is a game that still haunts my dad. Because I'm just trying to find out what year this was.
1993?
No, not 93. It was either 97. It was either 97. It was 98-99 season.
It was the night Jack was conceived.
That's what I was gonna
I was 4. But it was the 98-99 season. The Jets lost to the Broncos in the AFC Championship in Denver. Okay, they were underdogs, but like that Colts game, they had the lead. But even worse, let's say the Jets did beat the Colts that game. I don't know. I doubt they're beating the Saints. I mean, that's kind of a toss-up. But my dad has no doubt in his mind that if they went to that Super Bowl against the Falcons, they would have destroyed them. So I wasn't old enough to remember that, but still. Right. But you know what? Woody Johnson might have accidentally hired the right GM. He's made very good moves. Who hired the right coach? And you have
a really good quarterback. You're welcome.
Yeah, well, they're trying to turn around the stink in this organization. Like they said that in Hard Knocks.
Do you think it's like a 2-3 year plan type deal?
Kind of.
Yeah. Do you think Rodgers has 2-3 years?
I'd say he has at most 2. If someone put on one last point. I said this to Zach. I think you were here for that episode, but no, we were downstairs. It was just me and Zach. Someone asked on Twitter, would you be disappointed if Aaron Rodgers came here for 1 year, won the Super Bowl with the Jets, and then retired immediately after?
Why would you be disappointed?
No, I'd be like, dude, I'd help fund the statues. Like, listen, go retire. You did what you needed to do. You gave me something I was convinced I was never going to see in my lifetime.
Jack, I think he'll cry more than you did at your wedding.
Dude,
Jack will cry. Jack will cry. If the Jets win the Super Bowl this year, Jack will cry.
If the Jets will win the Super Bowl any year, I will sob.
More than at his wedding.
No,
he cried a lot at his wedding.
We have reference photos. So And we have a reference video.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah, I am not editing that into the video. I am not editing that into the video.
Don't worry. By then we'll have professional editors.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm the esports guy, I show up once a year.
Yeah. When it's relevant.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Any final thoughts before we wrap up, guys?
How do they get? No, kidding.
All right. Well, if you made it this far, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow us on all our social medias at FUNTS Podcast and on Facebook at Fat Athletic Nerds Talking Sports. This is JackKnife alongside Tommy Joe and our guest Timmy Horton. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Watch your armchairs.
Don't die.